Welcome back again, Peach County football fans, to another episode of Dem Black Hats Trojans Nation podcast. And what a time for us to be here.
Yes, sir.
Coming off of a 50-7 absolute demolishing of 5A Northside. The Middle Georgia supremacy is still intact, baby.
Still intact.
And look here, man. Ketaboon, we did what we did, the way we did it. What you think about it, dog?
Hey, man, excellent showing, bro. I had a talk with those guys on Wednesday. That I go out to pick up my grandson for practice. And man, the guys, they was enthused. They was like Northside saying they gonna do this and they gonna do that. And them kids took everything they said to heart. The coaches did too. And man, from the opening bell, bro, it was a show. They put on a show.
It was without a doubt a show. And I think one of the things that when you look at this team, you look at the season that we've had, and of course, you know, we're now in homecoming week. We do have the issue with this storm, so they won't get to play it on Friday night. It has been moved to noon on Saturday,
Correct.
but it should get done because the storm will dissipate Friday. I think it'll be late Friday. It should dissipate, so we should definitely be able to get it done.
Right.
But we will go and we'll play Westover, who is an undefeated team in our sub-region. And the interesting thing about it, and as you and I discussed earlier, look, Boone, I don't do this thing lightly, man. I take every level of football seriously. So when we're breaking down film, when we're breaking down teams, you know, of course, I have respect for anybody who takes the field, because you and I both know as gladiators of this sport, and I use that term very intently and very strategically,
Right.
because we all know how inherently dangerous, inherently violent, and how insane we gotta be to play it. So it is what it is, and I choose it. I choose this sport. But with that, I give all of the teams the respect of real analysis, and we're going to break it down, and we're going to be truthful about it.
Correct.
And with that, I've gone back. I've looked at our opponents. I've looked at our opponents' opponents, and being real about this forthcoming game Saturday, Westover is 5-0.
Correct.
The best team Westover has played is not as good as the worst team Peach County has played.
Correct.
So I have to be real about that. I have to be real. I've already gone through all of the information, the film. I've watched them. I know what it is. So if we're being real about Peach County being real and the team that we've seen week in and week out,
Right.
then, bro, this game shouldn't even be close. Like, Westover should be run through pretty much about like anybody else we've run through. Now, again, I'm going to give them the respect. They're 5-0. But we cannot go into any games acting like some team is something they're not. We need to go in there and show them what we are.
That's right. It's about Peach County.
That's right. And if we go in there playing the way we know we are, then Westover is about to get funky, baby.
That's right.
So I want you to tell me, as it relates to what you've seen, you know, we'll get into our norm relative to our offensive player and our defensive player on the Northside game. But this is just a dialogue I wanted to make sure we had, because you remember our last episode was with Coach on. And Coach is very intentional. He's very much a teacher. You can tell that. He also understands how you motivate your players.
That's right.
How you direct them, and also what you inject into getting them going into the game. And what did he tell us? We do what first? We gonna swing.
Swing first. That's right. We're gonna swing first. That's
and
right.
Baby, we ain't doing no soft little jab.
Oh no.
He talking about one of these, baby.
That's right. He's
And that's
intentional.
what happened in that Northside game. So when I say that to you, I'm saying, what do you see before we even go into what we're talking about in the Northside game? What do you see when you talking about Peach County Trojans matching up against Westover?
Well, what I see, I've seen a little film on them too. They may have one or two players that they can play football, but other than that, if we go in and do what we need to do, the game won't be close, and it will be a statement game to our rest of our region that hey, them black hats ain't playing. So what I see is a lot of things that they do is telegraph. It's telegraph, especially on the offensive side of the ball. It's telegraph. I was in there watching some of the film with my grandson, and he was saying, Granddad, this right here is getting ready to happen. And it happened. So that shows you that he's been watching film too. And the team's been watching film. So they will be well prepared for Westover. I'm here to tell you they will be well prepared. And we do what we need to do. It won't be close.
That's the key, baby. That's the key. You know, when again, back to what I said about you could tell the coach is a teacher and he understands that this game, although it's played by talented human beings, you need to have from here up also be talented.
That's correct. That's so correct.
You need to be a football IQ person. You need to be able to study film and understand how to take that study and apply it to the game. There will be all types of tells that you're able to get from film, tendencies, things that you're literally able to take, and it's going to make your instinctuality even better. So there are things you and I both know. There are things when you're playing this game that you'll literally get out there and they'll run a play. You'll make a tackle 2-yard loss. And they'll be like, hey, man, what'd you see? You'll be like, I don't know. You don't want to know why? Because it's in there. It's in there. It literally, you processed it so quickly. It wasn't about these steps of going to, well, this happened and this happened and this. It's not about that. That's not how instinctual football players operate. You do all that work prior to getting on the field. Once you get on the field, you do what Coach Forehand said. You play like you breathe.
That's right.
When you can play like you breathe, let me know how many breaths you have to think about taking. None of us have to think about taking a breath. You breathe all day, however many thousands of breaths we take a day. We do that without thinking about one of them. That's when you can play the game at the level you need to play it. And when you just shared what you shared about your grandson, which I already know tells us how them black hats operating, then we know what we're working with. We're working with a team that's not only physically talented, but they're also cognitively talented. They understand they're getting taught the game properly by this coaching staff.
Yes, sir.
So look, until Saturday at noon, we're going to leave Westover alone, and we're going to go ahead and jump on this butt whooping we just gave Northside.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, my man. Now, I'm going to ask you who your player of the game is, but I got to get this out. Boy, if we don't have the AAA Offensive Player of the Year, then something wrong, bro. Something wrong. Something wrong with the voting system now. Something is wrong with the voting system. This Joker can play, boy.
Hey, man.
This young man can play.
He's very cerebral.
And I ain't even got to say his name. Boone, who is your offensive player of the game?
DJ Hutz.
Boy, look at here. Look at here. This Joker threw and ran all over Northside. I mean, I'm telling you right now, Northside was Southside, Eastside, Westside. They couldn't do nothing with DJ Hudson. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Not a thing. You hear me?
That's right, bro.
What else you got for me, man? Offensive side of the ball.
Well, you got to look at it like I say. I can't forget about them big uglies up front. And them guys was working. You hear me? I mean, you got to look at it. Northside D-line was pretty big.
They had some size.
Some big guys over there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, them balls like they was working on a sled, man. They was moving them in and out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? And our running back finding holes. I mean,
them boys on skates.
Yes, sir. I mean, running backs finding holes, receivers catching balls. I mean, it was a pretty show out there on Friday night. And I got to look at all 11 of them, man. Really, I mean, you got to look at it. He spread the ball around. You had what, 3 or 4 different receivers catching touchdown passes. That's unheard of. 4 TDs with 4 different players. Come on, man. That kid is the truth. And the rest of the region gonna
That's
find
a
out about it.
leader. That's a leader for you.
Oh
That's
yeah,
and I'm using those Colorado terms. You know, he doesn't do captains. He does leaders and dogs.
that's right.
That's a leader for you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's a leader for you.
Yes, sir.
And bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, the great thing is when you are able to see a player go through the metamorphosis where they're talented, but they kind of don't quite have it yet, right? And then when that thing comes together, ooh, boy, look at him now. we watching it right now, baby.
Oh yeah.
We watching that thing right now.
No
that
doubt.
thing, we got us a man amongst boys out there right now. I thought that they might as well have been playing Peace County Recreation Department and brought him out there just to run around. You remember that game we used to play, whoever get the ball, get tackled, and the big old kid come out there?
Oh yeah.
Nobody can tackle him. And we ain't talking about big, we just talking about talented. We're just talking about quick twitch. I mean, man, look at here. We used to have a coach who used to always, anytime somebody had that real, that short area quickness, he always goes,
That's right.
Bro, he put that dang DJ Hudson put that on him, boy. It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
He about to turn that corner.
That's right.
It's over with. It's over with. But look, man, it's been a great thing to see, man. I like I said, this is gonna be a fun episode, man, after that game.
Oh yeah.
So let's go ahead over to the defensive side, man. Who you got?
Amari, number 4.
Okay.
That kid played lights out. I think Amari man had about 10 or 12 tackles, but the tackles were where he was enforcing his will. That running back wasn't no small running back.
Right.
And I seen him actually meet him in the hole one time, and I was like, oh, but he brought him down. He made it. He was coming down here pretty much the whole game. And I was watching him, and the D line was dominant again. Again, you're going to get some big offensive linemen,
bigger guys, right?
That's right. But they couldn't block them. Them boys in them gaps, man, and it was getting it. The secondary played well. We had 4 interceptions in that game, man. 4 interceptions. Could have had 5.
Right. It's always said, if you win, you win the turnover battle, you win the game. You get 4 of them, you beat somebody 50-7.
Yeah. I want to give those guys shout outs. Zion Hudson, DA, Nazir Ash, and Allen, number 14. I want to give all those guys shout outs and let them know, hey, they don't only just see if we can stop the run now, but we can stop the pass too. So what they gonna do now?
It's coming together, man. This team, that's what it's about, Boom. This team is growing right before our eyes. And the same areas we talked about with issues at the beginning of the season, look at how they're looking now.
Yeah.
Look at how they're learning and developing, growing as a team, becoming confident, putting 50 on a 5A opponent who was just in the state championship game a few years ago. Bro, this is the type of black hat football that we've now become accustomed to, and that the young kids really grasp and grow in quickly. This is the culture. And that's really the best way to put it when you talk about Peach County football, bro. This is the culture, and these young men are taking it to another level, and they're setting their own legacy. And this is a year where they have every bit of a opportunity to be hoisting that trophy at the end of the season in the Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, sir.
That's what we have. What you got, man, before we close it out? Anything else?
I got a few co-workers that, they Northside alumni. And one of them said to me one time, hey, man, when we going to see them real black hats? Now, he was saying that to me, last year. He's like, hey, when we going to see them real black hats? Hey, right now, I know them black hats. I used to play against them black hats. And I know what them black hats feel and sting like. So he's like, when we going to see them black hats? I seen him. I said, well, what you think about them black hats? And I said, hey, them boys, they back. Them black hats is bringing that painkiller. So I just wanted to put that out there. They got a few other people that, I'm going to say something about later. I'm going to leave them alone right now. You know what I mean? But I'm very excited about what we got coming up, and I will be out there on Saturday.
Well, look, on Saturday, as Boone shared, The Black Hats are back.
That's right.
But for Trojans Nation, y'all know the theme. 1, 2, 3, all the way to state. That's right, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.